Hi, welcome to Luxury in Moderation, where we appreciate the finer things in life without going overboard. So today I'm going to be answering a lot of your questions. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to let me know a little bit about what's on your mind. Before we get into the questions though, I just wanted to give a quick life update, and that's why we're in a little bit of a different setting today. So you can see in the background, this is out my balcony and the sun is setting, so you'll be able to see that as I continue with this video. But the reason why it's not my usual background is because I am actually moving. So I will be doing a little bit of traveling for the month of December. If you're interested in more of that content, please let me know. Let me know what you'd like to see. I'm going to be living out of a few suitcases and only taking a few of my luxury bags with me. So if you want to see what I deem as like my essential bags, let me know in the comments below. And just be prepared for a few different backgrounds in the coming videos as I kind of pre-film or figure out, where I am in the moment and if I'm able to film then. So let's jump into the questions. So the first question is, how did this passion of yours start? You talk a lot about your family, so maybe you inherited this. So yes, that's a little bit true. I've talked about before how my mother and my grandmother were both into luxury bags as well. They're the ones that kind of started talking about Louis Vuitton and Hermes. And I would say in my teenage years, that's when I really heard them talking about it or recognized that this was an interest of mine. And then as I got a little bit older, I was able to explore more myself. A next question also having to do with family is, does your husband like luxury brands as well? So I would say my husband is not as into luxury as I am. He, doesn't really understand the exorbitant price points and if it's really worth all of the cost. He appreciates good quality, and there are some luxury items that he would like to have as well, but definitely not on my level. Now that you've gotten your Birkin, what is next on your wish list? So for this question, I'm actually going to be doing a 2022 wish list, so I'll have a whole bunch more to talk about on my wish list. I'll plan on uploading that in the new year as we kick off 2022, but I can tell you right now that there is a lot of Hermes on that wish list. How do you store your bags and jewelry? So I actually have done both a video on storing my bags and then another video on how I store my jewelry, and I'll link those below for you. What is your favorite luxury item you bought in 2021? Well, I would definitely have to say my Hermes Birkin that I got in Paris, because I was totally obsessed with getting a Birkin earlier this year and just nonstop thinking about it and obsessing about it, and very unhealthy, like thinking about how I could get one. And now that I finally do have one, it's like a big relief, I guess, that I can stop obsessing about it. So honestly, I didn't buy that much luxury this year. It was a bunch of Hermes and a lot of little things from them. What was your Hermes experience like at your local boutique? So I definitely plan on filming this video within the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. Also, if you're new, welcome. My name's Joanne, and every week I upload videos about luxury handbags and other luxury lifestyle products. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next videos like this one talking about my local Hermes boutique. As a quick teaser, I will say that it wasn't the best experience. So a little bit of change of scenery. The sun has set more now and it's darker because I don't have any lamps in the apartment. But let's get on with the list, and hopefully I can finish before it's completely dark outside. How do you determine which luxury items to purchase? So for me, it really comes down to if I think the item is worth the price. So, all of these luxury items, they're not necessities. I for sure see that. I don't need all these bags. I don't even need an expensive bag. I could just go to the, Walmart or Target and get a functional bag. But I'm willing to pay more for certain qualities, such as leather, such as if it's a fabric, if I feel that the fabric item is high quality and it's going to last a long time and it's not just going to buzz up and wear down really quickly. So I think those longer term items are what I consider more worth it. And then in terms of, more bags, more shoes, I really have to find them functional in my everyday life now, because I already have a good set of bags, a good set of shoes that I know I like, that I know I'm going to use. If I'm going to purchase something else, I have to be able to work it in to my everyday life. So I don't want it just sitting in the closet and, wasting my money on things like that. So when I think about, is this bag really going to be useful? Am I really going to be reaching for it on the weekends? Am I really going to be wearing this pair of shoes? If it's a really high heel and it's really, really gorgeous and beautiful, but I know I'm just never going to reach for them because they're so uncomfortable, I'm just like, that's not worth it for me. Next question is, which industry do you work in? So this is interesting because I'm actually just about to leave my job because of my upcoming travel. So I do plan on exiting the current position I'm in, which is in luxury watches. So I am not a huge watch person. This is the first job where I got to know this industry a little bit more. But I'm really grateful for the opportunity to have learned about this wonderful luxury watch industry. I learned a lot about, what makes a good mechanical watch, the craftsmanship that goes into it. It appealed to me for that luxury positioning in the market. So that is my soon-to-be X industry. Interestingly enough, there's also a question that is, which luxury watch brand do you recommend? So I've obviously gotten to know more watch brands as I have worked in my company. And I can say that, everyone knows Rolex, talks about Rolex. I don't think I would recommend it. Also, they're pretty hard to get right now anyways. The other top tier brands I like a little bit more are Omega and Cartier watches. I feel like I like that aesthetic. Whereas the other watch brands out there are a little bit more sporty or athletic, which is not the aesthetic that I go for. The watch that I showed in my cleaning jewelry video last week is this one, which is from Raymond Weil, and that's a Swiss brand as well. They have fallen out of popularity, but it's just the watch that my parents got me when I graduated from high school, so it's just been the one watch that I have always worn, and I will continue to wear it. It's very comfortable, and it is battery powered, so every maybe 3 to 5 years when the battery runs out, I do have to get it replaced. Now, of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention the watch brand that I worked for, and that would be Oris, which is spelled O-R-I-S. So they're a Swiss watch brand with really old heritage. They were started in 1904, and they only make mechanical watches. So that means that there's no batteries in it. So you don't have to switch out the battery every few years. And that also means that they kind of last longer because all of the mechanics inside, they can last for years and years, and you can honestly pass these watches down generation to generation. If you have a battery powered watch, it does corrode a little bit more. So of course, I absolutely admire the Oris watches. I worked there for quite a few years, and I think the designs are beautiful. The designers take a lot of time thinking about every small detail, and I do think it's a brand that everyone should check out because it is kind of that entry-level luxury watch. So if you're starting to get into luxury watches and want to kind of explore the world a little bit more, it's a great place to start. So now the lighting's getting a little bit worse because it's so dark outside. I actually have my laptop where I'm reading the questions from, so that's why you can see that in the reflection on the glass behind me. But moving on to the next question, what made you decide to start a YouTube channel? So I had been watching YouTube for so many years, and I started out watching all these beauty videos. Then when I challenged myself to not buy beauty for a whole year, it was like a no buy challenge, I started getting into luxury more. And as I was watching these videos, I felt like I had a lot of opinions and thoughts about whether it's the brand or the bags or just what was being said on YouTube that I didn't agree with, and I felt like there was room to have another voice on YouTube. For example, all of the Nordstrom anniversary sale videos, I started thinking they were getting just way too overdone, and I felt like I could contribute something to that conversation by saying, like, no, you don't need to buy something from the anniversary sale. Even though all these other YouTubers are shouting that, yes, you gotta buy, it's just not what I agreed with. So I thought that I could add a different opinion and a different voice to the discussions going on in YouTube. And even though I thought about starting a YouTube channel for a really long time, what honestly triggered me to do it was during lockdown early last year. I had nothing to do, so it was a good time to start a channel and learn how to edit videos. A very similar question now: how did you get into luxury brands as your content on your channel? Who or what inspired you? The first luxury YouTubers I started really getting into was Chase Amy. She has a lot of great content. She buys so many bags that she has a lot of experience to share. Also Mel and Melbourne. Over time, I felt like, again, there was enough space for everyone, and I'm not going to be doing exactly the same content as Chase Amy, who's not doing the exact same content as Mel and Melbourne. What is your favorite luxury item of all time? This could be anything from bags, shoes, or jewelry. Oh my gosh, this one is so hard. Honestly, at this point, I think I would have to say my engagement ring, because I picked it and I customized it, and it's everything that I ever wanted and dreamed about. It has a pear shape, which is very unique in many ways, because the slant of that point at the top, it's not easy to replicate the exact slant on another stone. So I think my pear shape is perfect, and I love the color and the cut and the clarity and all those things associated with diamonds. And it's just something that when I look down on my hand and I just see it sparkling, it just makes me very happy to have this around on me and being able to see something so pretty all the time. So I guess I'll go with that. What is one luxury item you cannot live without? Ooh, so I guess this is a slightly different spin. Probably a really good luxury wallet, because I use it every day and I need it to perform, as in, it has to be durable. It has to be able to withstand all the wear and tear that I put it through when I throw it in my purse and it's banging around in there with who knows what. So it's definitely like those everyday items that I think are really important. That to me is luxury, like functional luxury, where it can be part of my life and it's useful, and it's not just like sitting behind a glass case in my closet. If you were to go back to Paris and try for another Hermes bag, what would it be? Now that I have my Birkin 30, I would definitely love to have a Birkin 25 in a rose gold hardware. And honestly, that's all I care about. The size and the hardware. And I know that hardware piece is kind of hard to get because they don't make that many rose gold. It's mostly palladium or gold hardware. So, that would be the dream. Would you be doing a Chanel collection video anytime soon? Probably not, and that's only because I have 3 Chanel bags and that's it. So it would be a very, very short video. I just have my Chanel Classic Flap in the medium size, in the navy, the jumbo in the very light cream color, and my wallet on a chain in like the raspberry red color. So yeah, it's just those Chanel things that I have at this moment. Would you be buying a Cartier bracelet in the future? So I talked a little bit about this in my video of luxury items I would never buy, and I'll link that video below. But no, the answer is no, and that is because I feel like the Cartier bracelets, no matter if it's like the Love or the Justin Clou or any other collection of theirs, it's so high priced for what it is. And I don't think I could justify, those prices when I could go to the jeweler and get another gold bracelet for so much less. Now, I mentioned before that I do like Cartier watches, and that's because I feel like there's just a little bit more savoir-faire, or like they have a little bit more expertise and they have a gravitas in that area of watches that they don't have in their jewelry for me. So, I don't put as much stock into their jewelry expertise. How are you able to afford luxury? So this is another video that I've done, so I will definitely link that below as well. Which small leather goods would you suggest for mini bags that is both compact and durable? So I have a great answer for this, and it is the Hermes card holder that I just bought. I have been using it nonstop since then, and honestly, I at first did not know if I would like it, but stay tuned for next week's video because I'm going to do an in-depth review of this zip-around wallet, and I think it is amazing. What are your recommendations in terms of acquiring discontinued styles from luxury brands, specifically Louis Vuitton? While I personally sell on eBay, I also feel like there could be a lot of anxiety buying from eBay if you don't know, who you are buying from, if it's going to be a fake. So I would say definitely start on eBay, but be very cautious. Only purchase from buyers who have had a long history or have very good reviews. And there's also a lot of Facebook groups specifically for buying and selling Louis Vuitton. And usually they have really strict rules about buying because they want that community to be a safe space for people to buy and not get fakes. So they implement rules like, you have to take a picture of the authentic bag with your name. So I also think that's a good place to explore. And then finally, I would recommend Fashionphile. I've tried buying from them and it was a good experience. So I think that they're a pretty good company, and they usually also have a lot of options. Do you like the Hermes mugs as well? Yes, I do. I already have a lot of mugs, which is why I'm not rushing out to go buy more Hermes mugs. But I definitely want to, acquire more Hermes tableware if I find a pattern or design that I like. Final few questions. What's your #1 go-to handbag? The one everyday handbag that I kept out of storage is my Longchamp crossbody. So this is the one I'm using currently and I will be using for the next month. It's just so easy to use, and I don't have to worry about, the weather. It can be rain or shine, snow. It wipes clean. It might not be like the most luxurious bag because it's nylon and it's like not such a huge price point, but it is a go-to for sure. Now, if you're looking for maybe a higher price point answer, I would have to say my Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis. That is a very similar bag. It's also a crossbody, so you can tell that, those are my go-to bags. Again, it's just really easy to throw over my shoulder or wear crossbody, and there's enough space inside to really hold anything. I don't have to like pare down what I want to carry. How do you feel about the Chanel price increase, and do you plan to expand your collection in the future? So the Chanel prices are insane right now. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily put me off buying Chanel, because I know as a company, it's just a company decision, and it's not like the sales associates had anything to do with that. And there could be various reasons that they justify the prices to themselves, or it could just be, hey, we want to make more money and we want to be greedy. So fine, like, your business, I get it. It's just that I don't feel comfortable spending that kind of money right now on Chanel bags. If I was to get to a point in my life where I didn't have other huge financial obligations, or I felt more secure in my financial situation, then sure, let's go buy some Chanel bags. But at this point, I'm not super comfortable using my money for buying more Chanel bags. I'm still interested in their shoes, but just not the bags at this point. What do you think about stealth luxury brands such as Loro Piana, and would you buy it in the future? Now, this is very interesting. I'm so glad you brought up other luxury brands, and I like how you called them like stealth, even though I don't feel like they're hiding on purpose. They just get less conversation and less hype around them. I do feel like Loro Piana are a good quality luxury brand. I think I have felt the quality of their fabric before, and that's why I can comfortably say that yes, it's a brand that I admire. And if there's something specific that I'm looking for and I had the money to buy it, then of course. It's not like I'm avoiding purchasing from these luxury brands, these stealth luxury brands on purpose, or like I'm not talking about them on purpose. It's just because I haven't had the need to look into this many luxury fashion brands. I'm not super into luxury fashion. For me, like, ready to wear is not something I want to invest my money in currently, but who knows, I might get there soon. Like, if I feel like I have enough bags, maybe I would spend a lot more of my time and attention on those kind of luxury brands. Do you get most of your designer items in stores in Paris? For sure, I do not. So I am not one of those people who go to Paris every so often. The Paris trip that I took this year was the first time I'd been there, because it was for a very special reason, for my honeymoon. And I'm not one of those people who, let's say, goes to Europe specifically to enjoy luxury. I feel like for me, travel is very important, but travel to new places for new experiences is what I look for. So I definitely feel like there's more places to go, there's more places to explore, and I don't want to waste my time and energy and money to fly to Paris just to get luxury pieces. What is your favorite Hermes product? So again, this is a very simple answer. It's a Hermes Birkin. It's a very high quality, very well designed bag that looks beautiful and classic. And finally, the very last question. Do you use a key wallet / holder? Love to know if you've ever considered getting one. I want to protect my phone when I put them both in my bag. Actually, I do have a video explaining that I had a Dior key holder that I tried using for a few months, but I honestly did not love using it. It was just too big for me. This Coach key holder is one that I have been using for probably 8-9 years. And I specifically wanted this design because it could unhook my car keys if I was just to run out and I didn't need my car. So I thought this design was very slimlined, and when I changed all my keys to my key holder, it was just too bulky. Like, that key holder added so much bulk around the keys themselves. I really couldn't fit it in a lot of places. Like, this one I can put in the same pocket as my phone and my card holder, and it can all fit in the same pocket. And I definitely hear what you're saying about like being worried about the keys scratching your wallet. So I do have that worry as well, especially because I do put, my wallet and my keys in the same pocket all the time. But for me, my wallets are usually pretty durable. So the Hermes card holder I'm using right now is made out of Epsom leather. So it's honestly like very scratch resistant. My previous wallet was the Louis Vuitton in the Vernise leather, so that's pretty scratch resistant as well. So that's kind of like my answer to, that worry, is just get a wallet that you don't have to worry about, that is going to be able to withstand, the keys rubbing up against it. And I still keep an eye on my wallet for sure, and I still, try to put them in different pockets, but I just know that for sure I don't like the key holder thing. It just doesn't work for my lifestyle. I don't like opening and closing it every time I need to get into my door. So wow, this video was a lot longer than I thought it would be, but thank you guys so much for staying. If you have stayed until this point, remember to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss more content like this. And please, please, please ask me any questions you want in the comments. Just wanted to be a resource for you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the